Hi again, I'm continuing a sonnet a day inspired by Patrick Stewart's reading of a Shakespearean sonnet each day. I am reading a gospel sonnet by Ralph Erskine. We're now in Chapter 3, Section 1. Chapter 3 covers the fruits of the believer's marriage with Christ, particularly gospel holiness and obedience to the law as a rule. Section 1, the sweet solemnity of the marriage now over and the sad effects of the remains of a legal spirit. I hope you enjoy. The match is made with little din 'tis done, but with great power unequal prizes won. The Lamb has fairly won his worthless bride, she her great lord and all his store beside. He made the poorest bargain, though most wise, and she the fool has won the worthy prize. Deep floods of everlasting love and grace, that underground ran in eternal space, now rise aloft above banks of sin and hell, and o'er the tops of massy mountains swell, in streams of blood and towers of guilt o'erflown, down with the rapid purple current thrown. The bride now, as her all can Jesus own, and prostrate at his footstool cast her crown. Disclaiming all her former groundless hope, while in the dark her soul did weary grope, down tumble all the hills of self-conceit, in him alone she sees herself complete. Does his fair person with fond arms embrace, and all her hopes of his full merit place, discard her former mates, and henceforth draw no hope, no expectation from the law. Though thus her new created nature soars, and lives aloft on Jesus' heavenly stores, yet apt to stray, her old adulterous heart oft takes her old renounced husband's part. A legal covenant is so deep ingrained upon the human natures lapsed and stained, that till her spirit mount the purest climb, she's never totally divorced in time. Hid in her corrupt parts proud bosom lurks some hope of life still by the law of works. Hence flow the following evils more or less, preferring oft her partial holy dress before her husband's perfect righteousness. Hence join more in grace already given than in her head and stock that's all in heaven. Hence grieving more the want of frames and grace than of himself the spring of all solace. Hence guilt her soul imprison, lust prevail, while to the law her rents insolvent fail, and yet her faithless heart rejects her husband's bail. Hence soul disorders rise and racking fears, while doubtful of his clearing past arrears, vain dreaming, since her own obedience fails, his likewise little for her help avails. Hence duties are a task, while all in view is heavy yokes of laws, or old or new. Whereas were once her legal bias broke, she'd find her Lord's commands an easy yoke. No galling precepts of her neck he lays, nor any debt demands, save what he pays. By promised aid, but lo, the grievous law, demanding brick, won't aid her with a straw. Hence also, fretful grudging, discontent, craved by the law, finding her treasures spent, and doubting if her Lord will pay the rent. Hence pride of graces and inherent worth springs from her corrupt legal bias forth, and boasting more a present withering frame than her exalted Lord's unfading name. Hence many falls and plunges in the mire, as many new conversions do require, because her faithless heart's sad follies breed much lewd departure from her living head, who, to reprove her aggravated crimes, leaves her abandoned to herself at times, that falling into frightful deeps, she may, from sad experience, learn more stress delay, not on her native efforts, but at length, on Christ alone, her righteousness and strength. Conscious, while in her works she seeks repose, her legal spirit breeds her many woes. With that, I hope you have a good night. Thank you for listening, and Lord willing, I will see you next time.